We have an epidemic in this country of domestic violence. We have an epidemic in this world of violence against women. It's an insidious problem that's rooted deeply in our culture. The patterns of physical abuse, of financial abuse, of emotional abuse hold women and men captive. It may be hard to imagine this now, but in 1977, there was no place for women and children to turn.
The Center Against Domestic Violence has been transforming lives for 40 years. We were the first organization in New York State to end domestic violence in our communities. So we've looked at ourselves over this time as a driver of social change. We, by our existence, are an example of how to stop domestic violence in our communities. And our wish is that we don't need to exist for another 40 years.
It's been really exciting for me. Of the 40 years, I've spent 25 years serving battered women. When I came, we had only 40 beds. We were the oldest shelter in New York State. Approximately that time, there were 600 beds in the system, and we now have over 2,300. Most of the women who come to domestic violence shelters are really in tremendous danger. That's the reason they come. They're absolutely running in fear. So the value of domestic violence shelters is it gives a person an opportunity to heal. So within a safe environment, a person can begin to reassess their lives, and we help them while they're there, facing issues, and re-enter the world, and hopefully feeling better about themselves, and to move on in a healthy relationship in society and with their children.
We operate 3 shelters. Now instead of sheltering 40 people at a time, we shelter 210 people at a time. We're working with people from the time they're born all through all the stages of need that they have to end domestic violence for the individual, for the family, and for the community. And finally, we're in high schools all over New York City working with kids to stop teen dating violence. We have peer education, which means that kids are talking to kids to tell them what is teen dating violence and that it's not okay and that there's someone you can turn to for help.
So RAP, Relationship Abuse Prevention Program, what we do is we kind of hold this teen program based in New York City schools, where it's been highlighted that there's a need for students to get preventative work around kinds of healthy relationships. The important work we do around the social problem that is domestic violence is, this community for people that may not have a voice, may not know how to tap into services that may help them, and just for a place to go for safety. Safety is paramount, and without this, where are people meant to go? How are people meant to feel that it's not okay to experience the things that they're experiencing when, you just feel really, really alone and isolated when it comes to domestic violence? And sometimes you just need to hear someone saying, it's okay, you can offload that here. Now let's get to work. And without that, what would they do? What would we do? This is what we're here for. This is what our purpose is. There's only certain kind of people that can do the work in which we do. So that's why I love my job. Every single day is different. I'm never bored. I'm always connected to what the meaning is, to what the mission is, and I'm doing what we're meant to do in RAP every single day.
Basically, the RAP room is a second home to me. Like Miss Sherry is a second mother to me. It's just another place to come, express my feelings. I learned a lot. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I learned a lot because I didn't really know what a healthy relationship was. So, and also I didn't have nobody really to talk to. I have to love myself before I love anybody else. I had to just basically know what I was doing with myself first before trying to love anybody or rush into a relationship.
If you hear that you're walking in the hallway one day and you hear them advocating for a positive, healthy relationship, and yes, they've been listening, that's come from us. So that's what we're trying to do, build up these generations of these leaders that know what it's like to be in a healthy relationship, know what characteristics are needed, know what's not okay, know what is not cool.
All of us at the Center Against Domestic Violence, we've been given a gift, and that's the potential to heal families that are traumatized by violence. and then the opportunity to nurture new communities free from that same violence. But that hard, transformative work, that's what will end domestic violence. And we have the power to do that.